Hello and welcome back to Kraos Gaming. I'm continuing my NoMundane Run, in which I'll only be using magical skills. I will not be looting non-magical
We'll
equipment.
pay whatever it takes, but we must have more swords for the Imperial soldiers.
I just can't fill an order that size on my own. Why don't you swallow that stubborn pride of yours and ask Yorland Greymane for help?
I'd sooner bend my knee to Ulfric's Stormcloak. Besides, Greymane would never make steel for the Legion.
Have it your way. I'll take the job, but don't expect a miracle.
So not doing mundane skills is going to include most of the melee combat weapons, one and two handers, any kind of armor. I won't be doing blacksmithing, and I won't be cooking. I'll only load magical weapons, and I'll be looting things for alchemy, because alchemy is more magical than like simple chemistry would be. So what I did the last session was ran around Whiterun itself, came to each of these locations to see if they had quests. Encountered a giant here, but that was the closest I came to getting a quest. The rest of it was pretty just people speaking. So now I'm in Whiterun. This time I'm going to run around, collect what quests are here, and then after that we'll move on to completing some of them in this geographical area.
Got some good... I don't claim to be the best blacksmith in Whiterun. Yorland Greymane's got that honor. Man... that I do. I've got to, if I hope to be as good as Yorland Greymane someday. In fact, I just finished my best piece of work. It's a sword. I made it for the Jarl, Balgruf the Greater. It's a surprise. I don't even know if he'll accept it, but... Listen, could you take the sword to my father, Proventus Avenici? He's the Jarl's steward. He'll know the right time to present it to him. Thanks. Plenty. I'd say we're prosperous enough. Most folk don't go hungry, if they're willing to work hard. The city's ruled by the Jarl up in Dragon's Reach. That's the fortress there, up on the tall hill. But you're probably more interested in your Vasker, Mead Hall of the Companions. Their deeds of war and valor are legendary.
And I'm not going to ask about need any help around the forge.
Don't forget to check inside the shop if you need anything.
That would be blacksmithing, which I'm not doing.
Welcome to War Maidens. Now don't let the name worry you. We got plenty of steel for fighting men. Adrienne, at her forge, just outside. Place is named after her. War Maidens. It's a childhood nickname given by her father. What I hear, she was playing with swords even back then. Anyway, our wares are strong and the price is fair. What else matters? That'll be the Jarl, Balgruf the Greater. He's an honorable enough man. Never done wrong by me or my kin. Things are tough for him now, I'd wager. What with the fighting and the dragons. But Balgruf's a tough old Nord. He can handle it. Good doing business with you.
It's interesting the level of backstory that they put into things. I'm sure it lapses in some areas, but... Alright, so I'm just gonna do a stay right type travel, so that I can try and be systematic about this.
Maybe
and
some
cover
other
everything.
time I'll reveal your destiny. Come to a love of her reading, did you? Sorry, pup, but I'm not quite in the mood.
So the way some of the towns work, yeah, most of the people are out during the day. So you'll end up finding them in the market and their houses will be locked. And while I am interested in getting my lock picking up, I'm not interested in potentially getting arrested
You'll
for...
find salves, poultices, and potions on my shelves. Browse to your heart's content. You look rather pale. Could be ataxia. It's quite a problem back home in Cyrodiil. Of a sort. I don't have formal training in the restoration school, but something just as good. Within these walls, I have all that I need to brew a potion for nearly any ailment. If I had a septum for every case of rock joint or whitbane I've cured since I opened this shop, I'd be a rich woman indeed. Why? Because I'm a proud citizen of the Empire? Because the Stormcloaks only want Nords in Skyrim? The Stormcloaks can rot in oblivion for all I care. I've lived in this city for 20 years. 20! I think I can teach you a thing or two.
Yeah, but it's gonna be expensive. See if I can sell anything
So
of interest.
you're an alchemist then? I think I can teach you a thing or two.
Yeah, not enough to train again. Okay.
Come
That's
back
fine.
anytime if you need a remedy.
I'm just curious the number of people who have their
You'll find tonics, salves, poultices, and
bulbs
potions
in
on
their
my shelves.
shops.
Browse
Which makes
to your heart's
sense.
content.
The other side of it is, oh, what I was saying, I don't want to lockpick because I don't want to have a guard come in and arrest me and end up building my bounty. I'd much rather be careful.
You know nothing. Nothing of our struggles, our suffering.
Nothing. And what of my son, hmm? What of Thorold? Is he nothing? So don't talk to me about suffering.
Finest cuts,
I'm
fresh
afraid
from the
not,
wilds.
Fairy. The fruit has about another day left before it spoils.
Bits and
We've got to
baubles for
sell as
sale.
much as we can, as soon as we
I can tell you're new around here asking a question like that. My husband Eorland tends the Skyforge up at your Vasker. The Companion's Mead Hall. Oh, there's no finer smith in the Nine Holds. You should ask him about his work. It's the only subject that'll get him talking. Well, that and maybe those stuck-up, dung-sniffing battle-borns. Don't even get me started on that lot. Huh, they put on airs like there's something special. Oh, sure, they've got money, but they ain't got a shred of honor between them. Grey Mane. Huh, now that's a name fills you with pride. We've got roots in Whiterun. We've got history.
By Eastmere, I will.
I will never accept his death. My son
Ulfred,
still lives. I feel it in my
Patron
heart.
of the great clan
So tell me,
Battleborn.
Battleborn,
A name
where
I'm
is-
sure you
where are
know
you
well.
going, my Thorold?
The finest cuts, fresh from the
Battleborn
wilds.
is a name out of legend, sung in the songs of old and heard in deeds of valor for 100 generations. For Clan Battleborn they cry in the mead halls, first into the fray and last to quit their ale. We've got honor, wealth, and titles too. Aye, and buxom women to warm your bed on a cold Skyrim night. Now, if that don't answer your question, then no words will.
You're kind of in the way there, fella.
Just one more thing the Grey Manes want to blame on others. It's not my fault they turned their backs on the Empire, or their mule of a son raised arms against it. And yet, they want to heap the fault on my family's good name? Uncivilized pelt-wearing axe-draggers. It's a wonder they don't still live in a cave like those ancestors they keep boasting about. It's true, the Vignar Greymane and his lot are one of Whiterun's oldest and, depending on who you ask, most respected clans. I don't dispute that. But it's one thing to take pride in your lineage, and another to cling blindly to the past. What they call honor and tradition, I call ignorance. Money, you laggard. What else? It always comes down to coin. The Greymanes have deep roots in Whiterun, but so do we. Difference is, we're rich. And Vignar hates it. Oh, and they hate it too. All their big talk of pride and honor. And what have they got to show for it? Beggars' rags and stale bread. We've got the same pride, same honor, and we've got wealth. No wonder they envy us.
They say Helgen got hit by a dragon. One of those horrors comes here. We'll be ready.
Greymane or Battleborn?
Why, I've got him in my
Got stones in your ears? I asked what side you're on. Greymane or Battleborn? New in town, huh? Whiterun's got two clans, both old and both respected. Difference is, the Greymanes turned their backs on the Empire, and we Battleborn stayed loyal. So I'll ask again, Greymane or Battleborn? Sooner or later, we all have to choose a side. More bad blood between the houses. Fralya is convinced our family is somehow at fault for the loss of their son. There's no reasoning with these people anymore. Long live the Empire.
Your stupid son is dead.
I work with
He
my
died
mom.
a
Sell fruits and
storm-cloaked
vegetables.
traitor. And you?
It's fun most
You
days.
best
but
keep
hard
your
work.
mouth shut before you suffer the same.
Come on, Father. There's nothing more to be said here.
Yay, politics. So apparently the Greymane Battleborn thing is a
Come on in.
microcosm
We got
of
warm food, warm drinks, and warm beds.
current political climate.
The guards in this city are all lazy and undisciplined. Things need to change.
I've got... Life's hard enough with all these men propositioning me. But that bard is the worst. That bard Mikhail is begging for a dagger up against his throat, the way he goes on about me.
Oh, Sadia.
I heard
Yes,
him
Mom?
boasting at the Bannered Mare,
As I
saying
know
he'll
on the Black
conquer
Iron
me as a
Horse,
true
the days
Nord
of
conquers
Dominic
any
Arnold
harsh
back somewhere.
beast. Huh!
Certainly, Mom.
If you want to try, go right ahead. I don't think anything will get through that thick skull of his, though. You've got no idea. Half the men in Whiterun have proposed to me. Some were even single. They'll never understand. No amount of flowers or honeyed words are going to change my mind. Right now, all that matters
This
is
a
my
local
daughter
favorite and
Mila.
one of the
No
first
man's
songs
going
I
to get
ever
between me and my little girl.
Ragnar the Red. Oh, there once was
All
a
right,
hero
then.
named Ragnar the Red who came riding to Whiterun
Need
from
something?
old Rorik's stead. And the braggart did swagger
What can I get you?
as he told of bold battles in gold he
I
had
assume you
made.
saw the Gildergreen? Big tree, all burnt up, in the middle of the Wind District? It's part of the Temple of Kinnareth. People want Danica to do something about it, but I don't know what they expect. Have you seen that shrine of Asura? They say the Dark Elves built it after they fled from Morrowind. Sight to see.
Good grief, people are rude in this town.
The companions? In Jorvaskr? They're recruiting new members from what I hear. Magic is for the weak. Elves, I mean. They keep to that college in Winterhold. They know their place. Of course, there is Farengar. He might be the Jarl's wizard, but at least he's a Nord. Need anything else? Just let me know.
Well met, Traveler. What brings you to Whiterun?
Ah, so it's gold you're after then. You need only ask about it. Plenty of folk in Whiterun with too much fat and gold to be bothered doing anything for themselves. Aye, that I do. Half all my life. We Battleborns have been here since the beginning, along with the Greymanes. Our family's been close as kin for generations, but Ulfric's Stormcloak's uprising has divided us. Now, seems we can scarce look at each other without coming to blows. Petty and foolish, that. They are saying dragons have returned to Skyrim. Now that there, that's a real problem. Ain't sure if they're taking on new members, but you should talk to the companions. They're over in their hall, Jorvaskr. If by work, you mean testing your steel in bloody battle. Ah, the most important question of all, that one. You'll want the bannered mare. See old Hulda. She'll keep you swimming in mead. But mind the bard, Mikael. Poncy little milk drinker, that one. Ah, man gives bards a bad name. We Nords have a long history as warrior poets. I am proud to count myself among them. But Mikael, he sings only for gold and the affections of wenches. He dishonors our traditions. May your sword be sharp, and your tongue sharper.
If you need more food or drink, speak to Hulda. Depends. Are you thirsty? Hungry? Both. Now please, no more questions.
If it's a lady you're looking for, you best look elsewhere. Once Mikael gets them, they're got. I'm a bard, trained at the Bard's College in Solitude. Wanderers like you should think about applying. Carlotta put you up to this, didn't she? I'm sorry, but that fiery widow is mine. She just doesn't know it yet. What did you just say? All I heard was a sound of jealousy. Bribing me? Well, a bard does need to eat. On my ancestors' honor, I won't trouble sweet Carlotta again. Some parting advice?
I've got a hungry daughter to feed, so selling my produce is really the only thing I care about. Really? You convinced that lute player to stop chasing me? I'd thank the gods, but I'll settle for thanking you. Here's some coin for your help.
Woohoo! Net gain.
Farewell.
I ain't done nothing. Oh, thank you. Divines bless your kind heart. Sure, whatever.
I work for Bellathor at the General Goods Store.
Once I've made enough money trading with the Khajiit caravans, I'm going to buy the bannered mare from Hulda. Before my ma and Da passed, I told them that one day, I'd become the best trader in Skyrim. I met one of the caravan leaders, Madron. He said he'd help me get started if I could bring him a mammoth's tusk. Easier said than done. You'd do that? If you find one, I could teach you a thing or two about trading. Help you get a fair bargain in the future? Yeah, these Khajiit make a living traveling the roads and selling their wares. It's got to be tough. Skyrim's a hard enough land when you've got a roof over your head. Worst thing is, nobody wants them in the cities. Nobody trusts them. Reputation mostly. A lot of Khajiit turn to smuggling and thievery to get by. A few bad apples spoil the bunch. You know how it is. About the same as everyone else. They're the catfolk of Elsewhere. Great warriors, good traders. Way I hear it, Elsewhere ain't nothing like Skyrim. It's got tropical forests and dusty badlands. It sounds awful. Farewell.
If it's work you're looking for, Hulda's the one to talk to.
Now please, no more questions.
I work for Bellathor at the general goods store. An ode to
Think you
Skyrim's
can go blade to
staunch
blade with
protectors.
me? You'd be dead in 6 seconds.
We drink to our youth, to
The heat of the
days
battle
gone.
is the fire that forges the strongest blades. It's an old Nord proverb. That, and a true Nord never misses a chance to test her worth. You've been talking to those companions? Too hot-headed, they cried. Weak, pathetic cowards, the lot of them. It wasn't my fault. I told them over and over that it was an accident. They wanted me to prove my worth. So they threw me up against a young whelp of a lad, hardly old enough to grow his first chin hairs. I guess they thought a woman wasn't strong enough to hurt him. I didn't mean for him to die. Why would I want that? I just lost control. Good.
That has sullied our and our dreams.
Anyway, don't want to talk to another
Need
battle.
some?
Intriguing. No books, though. Alright. I did not notice the second door. Well, this is obviously taking a long time, given that well, I've been in Arcadia's Cauldron. General Goods is closed because of the time. Well, let's do this. So it's 11. Wait for 9 hours. Nobody here yet. Wait for another hour. There we go.
Got something for just about everybody in here. Give a holler if you have. Everything's for sale, my friend. Interesting, to say the least. What with all that's been going on. On the one hand, supplies are harder to come by since fewer traders are traveling the roads these days. But on the other, the scarcity of supplies has led to some, well, elevated prices. All that matters is that I have what you need, and it's worth every septum. Interesting. Just on the one, but on the all that matters is that I have, isn't it obvious? Why, the wonderful weather and hospitable people, of course. Not to mention my great fondness for dragons and petty political power struggles. But without a doubt, the most compelling feature of this frozen wasteland is the volley of inane questions leveled at me on a regular basis.
Right then.
Do come back.
Customer service is not your strong suit, apparently. Yep, that goes to Whiterun.
Come by Bellathor's shop at the market. I'm sure we've got something you need.
Okay, so that's where she was. I think I've been to this house. That's the cauldron.
Those green apples you sold me the other
so
day
that's
were
this.
delicious.
Aren't they? I always set
Come
some
to
aside
chat
for
with an
myself.
old woman? My friend Maven and I, Have you met Maven in Riften? We know our place in this world. Know the place of others, too.
Do you get to the Cloud District very often? Oh, what am I saying? Of course you don't. Oh, that took place. But I earned my way to the top. I own Chilfaro Farm, you see.
I don't remember coming in here. Oh, Saverio Pelagio's house, okay.
Had enough of fish and fowl. Treat yourself and your kin to a choice cut of steak.
Brigands I can handle.
Okay, you're
This
the
talk of
beggar.
dragons, you'll go mad, I say.
It's a shame, isn't it? The Gildergreen, yes. It's a bit of an eyesore at the moment. More of a problem for the pilgrims than for me, but not many of them around anymore. To the east of here is a hidden grove where the Eldergleam resides. It's the oldest living thing in Skyrim, maybe all of Tamriel. Our tree here in the city was grown from a cutting of that tree. You can still feel the glory of the mother tree through it. Even its name is an echo. I've thought about that. Trees like this never really die, they only slumber. I think if we had some of the sap from the parent tree, we could wake up its child. But even if you could get to the Eldergleam, you couldn't tap it. Not with any normal metal. If you want to help, you'll need something to cut into it first. You'll have to deal with the Hagravens. I've heard about the weapon they've made for sacrificing Spriggans. It's called Nettlebane. The hags terrify me, or I would have gone after it myself. Your spirit is strong. Kinnereth's winds will guide your path. It's held in a Hagraven nest called Orphan Rock.
You
My
should talk to the Jarl of the Dragon's Reach. Lend any aid you can.
So my intent had been to completely get quests from
I know
Whiterun.
your
Would it?
family's honor is important to you, but we can't afford it.
It took me weeks to find that thieves' den.
So,
I can't
have
stop
you gotten
now, and I
Nettlebane
can't
back
get
from
the sword
those
on my own.
filthy Hagravens yet?
So you're willing to starve your wife and daughter to reclaim some rusty old sword?
I just need to hire one, maybe two good men. You won't starve.
I'll put it plainly. You can claim your sword, or you can keep your wife. If you set foot outside that gate, I won't be here when you return.
That doesn't sound good. Anyway, what I was saying is I was planning on doing the full circuit.
Let me guess. Someone stole
You tried
your
mercenary work? It might suit you.
Do the full circuit, but I think I'm just going to do the right side because this is taking a lot longer, and I'll do the left side or the other side on the second in another session.
My Sapphire doesn't like that I've been spending so much time looking for my father's old sword. He fed his entire family with the gold he made using that weapon. I'm not about to let it gather dust in some thief's trophy room. I tracked it to a group of bandits nearby, but I'm no fool. I'd need the Whiterun guards or maybe hire the companions to get it. I don't know why I'm saying this, but if you find it out in your travels, I'd be grateful to you. No, I'm not. Looks like we've got something in common then. No, I'm a Red Guard. My family hails from the Imperial Province. But I left home when I was just a lad. Been wandering ever since. If you find that sword, please bring it to me.
Looking for my husband, Nazim? Check the Jarl's backside. That's usually where he stuffs himself these days.
Thank you. The pain is already easing.
Figure it's a temple, maybe there'll be a magic skill book or something. There we go.
Are you all right, Ala?
Gray.
You haven't yourself today.
It's I just...
Okay.
It's Nazim.
Oops.
How did we get to this point, Danica? Is there no love left?
Battleborn, give me your money. I don't have any money. You better give me 5 septims right now or I'm gonna bloody your nose. 10 septims tomorrow, baby Battleborn, or I'm gonna bloody your nose and your lip.
No, please! I really don't have any money, Brave. I'll give you 10 septims tomorrow. Just don't hit me.
Cool.
It's no fun getting pushed around all the time. Well, I used to sneak out at night and try to tip over the big ox in the Greymane's yard. And me and Mila used to climb up on the roof of Dragon's Reach and look for birds' eggs. But I don't do that stuff anymore. Father keeps catching me and then I get in trouble. Mm-hmm.
So,
We, your unworthy servants, give praise.
actually, I think I might be almost done with the loop now that I see where I am, but so let's see. This is... Oh, hey, here we go.
Tell me, do you believe in mighty Arche, god of life and death? I see. Well, perhaps you'll take pity on a humble priest who has lost something precious. My amulet of Arche. It's the source of my divine powers and also a sacred badge of office. I misplaced it in the catacombs. I'd look for it, but I have been hearing noises down there. I fear the dead have become restless. Without that amulet, I'm powerless to confront them. Would you be willing to search for it? I'll just wait here and make sure nothing foul escapes the catacombs. The blessing of Arche be upon you.
Alright then. So nobody around. Dang it. Can get some extra luck because of experience. Sounds interesting given the argument that we heard outside, so keep that on me and move on. Okay, so this is Uthgard's house.
Don't think you can barter with me like one of those damned shopkeepers.
So this then is the end of the loop, so yeah. Guess I'll finish this, and then next session I'll do the companions and go talk to the Jarl.
Hello, friend. In the... Yes, I hear that question often. My brother Honorius and I came up with it one night after consuming rather too much mead. After our drinks, we went out for a moonlight hunt. We got separated, and in his drunken state, my brother mistook me for a deer. He shot an arrow that pierced my, well, rump. After such a memorable adventure, we knew we had the name for our shop. Try Hulda, the innkeeper at the Bannered Mare. It's just up the road near the market. You should check in at Dragon's Reach too. There's so much going on these days. The Jarl or his steward might have need of help. Thank you very much for your business.
Blade and shadow, silence and death. I am an artisan, painting in strokes of blood red upon the canvas of life. But yes, I will take coin to fight at your side. After all, where is the value in creating art if there is nobody left alive to see it? If you change your mind, seek me out here. Walk always in shadows, so that you will...
Alright, so that's our introduction to Whiterun.
I know nothing of fear, and nothing of remorse. Pay my fee, and together we will vanquish any foe.
Okay, that was a bit disturbing. Anyway, as I was saying, that seems like the introduction to Whiterun, so I'm gonna call that good here, and next time we'll head over to Yaroskar, which I think is there, and then we'll go talk to the Jarl. So